Hey everybody, welcome to an amazing day. I'm Jen with Straight Jacket Crafting here in Louisville, Kentucky. If you're seeing that red live, you're catching me live. If you don't see that red live, you're watching the replay. So you can hashtag replay, tell me that you were here, let me know your name and where you're from. And if you're new to me, I would love to be able to say hello. I am in an awesome event today. I'm finding myself here in Facebook world. Michelle with Michelle's Crafty Craft should be finishing up right now in our event. So I'm just going to pull myself up. Welcome everybody in. I don't know if you had snow, but we did here in Louisville, Kentucky. Started off with a downpour of rain, which then turned to freezing rain. So we had about an inch or two of ice first. And then the snow came and oh my gosh, just made everything so beautiful. Hey Christine, thank you so much for sharing me in. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm in an event today where creativity comes to class, not sure, but it's all about Santa Claus today. So I am super excited about that because Christmas is my favorite. Hey Molly, I see you coming in. Hey Graham Crafter, thank you so much for being here. I am in this awesome event with Christine from Bloom and Restore, and her page is Bloom Together. She invited me to do this, and I'm super excited. We've had so many amazing crafters today. It has been fantastic. Hey, Mel, thank you so much for being here. And a lot of us are dealing with some weather issues and some internet outages, all kinds of stuff, but here we are, and we're making it, and we're so glad that you're here with us. So we are going to get started. Hey, Helen. Hey, Liz. Hey, Sue. Thank you so much for being here, you all. Before me, that started us off today was Sarah with Booksy and Buttons Designs. We had Tracy with Crafty Mom's Corner. We had Summer Hammonds and Robin with Hometown Homemade. And then up right before me was Michelle with Michelle's Crafty Crafts. After me, we're going to have Stephanie with the Vintage Pebble. And then Michelle with Little Jumble Market. And then last will be our own Christine here with Bloom and Restore, who has put this amazing event together. Hey, Ken, thank you so much for being here. Hi, Tina. Okay, so let's talk about these. When Christine invited me to do this, she said we were going to get these, the Santa bust, and we could paint them. And believe it or not, I turned her down. I was like, oh, thank you so much for inviting me, Christine, but I'm not a painter. Like, I'm not a fine line painter. And I said, it's going to look like my kindergarten students did it. But thank you so much for inviting me, is what I told her, you guys, okay? Because I was like, I can't paint this on a live. It'll look like my kindergarten students did it. And if you're new to me, I just retired November 1st from teaching for 30 years in elementary. I've taught every grade, K through 5. But this scared me way more than the kindergartners did. Okay, so I've learned a lot today watching the other creators who have painted it. And I feel pretty confident that at some point I can paint it. It's just not going to happen today, you guys. So I just wanted to show off my Santa busts because I have 2 of them. I won one in a little event, and then Christine sent me another one. So these will get painted, but not today. Thank you for being here with me, though. I do have something really fun for us to do, okay? Hey, Michelle, I see you. Loved your project. Loved it, loved it, loved it. So I thank you. I appreciate you loving my hair. Hey, Denise from I Gotta Have That. So yeah, these are for another day. But I am learning as a painter. And so many awesome, talented people crafted today. Thank you so much for my congratulations on my retirement. It's amazing, right? It's amazing. So what are we gonna do today? Because it's not gonna be the Santa bust. Although I had fun showing them off for a minute, we are going to focus on something that I remember as a little girl. I'm a baby of the 70s, 1972, and the whole naughty or nice theme centered around Santa, you guys. The whole naughty or nice theme. How many of you, that was a part of your Christmas growing up, this idea of naughty or nice? Hey, Diane. I'm going to say hello to a few friends that are popping in here. Hey, Paula. Let's see. Hey, Just Jackie Crafting. Hi, Kim from Expression Artworks. Please be in here on your business page. We want to share the love for our community. Please follow anybody that you are new to. We want you to follow them. Hi, Melissa. Thank you so much for being here. You would grunge them up and wax them with glaze. Whew, I've got plans. But it's not going to happen today. But I did learn so much from watching all of the creators today that did take the risk and paint those beautiful Santa busts. And thankfully, Christine told me we can have a choice. So I'm choosing to save that for another time. But what we are going to do is learn a little bit first about the history of the idea of naughty or nice. And if you all have followed me before, you know I like to do a little teaching with my crafting. It's the teacher in me. So first off, the idea of St. Nicholas, he was a 14th century bishop known for his generosity and secret gift giving. And then over the centuries in Europe, he evolved from a saintly figure into this beloved figure we have today of Santa Claus with the gift giving. And before that, we had a figure that could give a gift if you've been good, or you wouldn't get anything if you'd been naughty. And then this whole lump of coal thing developed where you could get a lump of coal left in your stocking or nothing at all. And the idea of coal came about because it was a common household fuel. So it became the perfect symbolic non-gift. It was practical, it was plentiful, and it was unmistakably plain. So if you got coal, that wasn't a good thing, right? And as Santa lore evolved in America, the coal tradition became a lighthearted reminder to stay on one's best behavior. So I'm curious, are y'all naughty or nice this year? Which one is it? Naughty or nice? Then our modern day naughty or nice came about in 1934 with the song Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That song sealed the deal for kids everywhere that there was an idea that Santa had a list and that he was going to check this list twice. And that if you were on the naughty list, you might not be getting anything for Christmas. So we can thank 1934, that song, for having to have that fear put in us for all these years. Does anybody in here use that with your kids still? So I have 7 kids. My fiance and I together, we have 7 kids. I have 2 of my own, both adults, 24 and 28. He has his 2 oldest, 24 and 28, and then his second set. And they are 6th grader, freshman in high school who's special needs. He'll be kid for life for us. And then a senior in high school. So we have a lot of kids. And so I just know that the whole naughty and nice thing was something that I experienced growing up. So I am going to create a naughty nice meter. And it can be for fun, but I'm going to do a vintage one that's going to look really cool and classy. And so you could put it up in your home, you could hang it up, and it would look awesome with your decor. I know I'm missing a lot of your comments telling my story. I'm so sorry, but I appreciate everybody that's here. And hey, Lynette, hey there, Kim's Crafty Corner, I see you popping in. I'm popping over here for a second just to say hello if I missed anybody. Hey, Tish, I see you. Hey there, Summer from Hammond's Nest. Thank you so much for popping in here. So at the beginning, you know, I had those Santa busts, and I told why I'm not doing that. You can watch the replay to see that part. Okay, so I have this really cool pie plate set that actually came from Sam at Graham's Rustic Farmhouse. She sells them in a kit. They're like $12. And I bought 2 of them and forgot I had them. And I just found them. You know, when you're cleaning up, you find that stash. And I was like, I need these. I need these. So I have created some printables. These are my designs, and I'll be happy to share them on my page at the end if anybody wants to use them. But we're going to make a naughty or nice meter. So here's one image of Santa. Okay. And this one is kind of ornate. It says naughty or nice. It's got the little dial. So we're going to call this number 1. And then this was my second choice, naughty or nice. And this is number 2. Hey, Pat, I see your question about the smash cans. I soak mine in hot water. You can also use Gooby Gone to get that sticky glue off. That should work. And then this one says naughty or nice, and it's number 2. And I've created a bunch more, but for time's sake, those are our 2 choices. So I need to know, are we going with number 1 or number 2? Number 1 or number 2? Go ahead and put that in the chat for me, and then I'll know which one we're doing. While you guys are deciding, let me tell you what I started with. So for the pie pans, the silver pie pans, it's good to use a primer like Bonding Boss by Dixie Belle. But if you're using chalk paint, you don't necessarily have to. And then what I painted them with was the Milk Jug chalk paint. It's becoming one of my favorite colors. It's perfect if you're doing Santa's milk bottles, the Santa's milk. It's a perfect color for that. And so I went ahead and primed these up with the chalk paint because I knew that was going to take a while and I didn't want to take all my time painting. All right, let me see what you guys are voting on here. I see a lot of number 1s. Oh, thank you, Tish. The skin's so soft, will take off that sticky goo. Awesome. If anybody else has other suggestions, put it in there. Hey, Hometown Homemade, I see you. I see a lot of number 1s. Okay, right now number 1 has the vote, so we're going with number 1. And that is our ornate little Santa here. So this was number 1. And so number 2 is going away. And like I said, I created these printables, and I'll put them on my page for you if anybody's interested. Also, this kit, I think, is $12 from Sam's Rustic Farmhouse, the little tin that I'm using. And she sends them with some dials to go in them. So if you visit her page, tell her I sent you and you want these, she'll set you up, okay? All right, moving along here. So what I'm going to do next is do some detail work with the painting, because that's kind of important for me. I don't want you to just see me paint. I want you to see the details that go into it. And so what I'm going to use is Folk Art Home Decor Wax. It's an antiquing wax. I have several different waxes that I use, but this is a really great one for painting over white milk paint or any off-white color. And so, or the chalk paint is what I mean. And then I just take a rag and I rub it in with my rag. So I'm literally just going to put some dots of it around. And then I'm just going to rub it in to give it that antique look. And you can use more or less depending on how much you want the antiquing to be. So if you want a lot, use a lot. If you want just a little, use a little. But I just rub it in until I get it to look the way I want it to. Sorry about the chains making all that noise. I think it's going to make noise for a little bit here. This just gives it that nice rustic look. And I also will use some rub and buff as well. I didn't paint the center because that's where I'm going to decoupage, so there really wasn't any need to waste paint because that is where the sticky part's going to go with my image for the naughty or nice. I always wondered, I'm an only child growing up, so, you know, I just was very blessed with the things that I needed. My parents were not wealthy by any means, so I had the things that I needed, and I had some of the things that I wanted. And I don't really ever feel like I was threatened by the whole naughty or nice thing, because I was a pretty good kid. Hey, Aria, thank you so much for being here. Hi, Jane. Thank you so much for being here. It's your first time. Do I ever have auctions? Yes, I do. I just had an auction, as a matter of fact. If you go on my page, you can see the different ones that I've had before. I am also going to do the back and sides because I want to keep it consistent with the style that I'm going for, the look that I'm going for. Hey, Chaos and Crafts with M&Ms. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for being here. And Julie, I haven't seen if you've popped in or yet, but I imagine you are here. I love you, Julie. I hope you're having a great day. And there's so many techniques for doing this. Some people use a paintbrush. Other people use dabbers. And for me, for this particular look, I'm just using a rag so that I can make it look old and vintage. Jane, that's a great question. Do I craft certain days? Right now, this week, I'm full of different events. So I am crafting again on Thursday. And that one's going to be fun. It's like a gingerbread gumdrops theme. And then I'm crafting again on Friday with the Hot Mess Express and the Jingle Mingle. And right now I do not have a set day or time when I craft. I'm hoping to get that set up, but I'm freshly retired, you all. So I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up, right? I'm still trying to figure it out. But I know one thing, this crafting community has invited me in and has loved me up, and I don't want to go anywhere. I love it here. There are some amazing, sweet, fantastic, talented, caring people in this community, and I just feel so blessed to be a part of it. And I feel super blessed that she found me and invited me to do this, and I really appreciate you, Christine. Thank you so much for this invite. Okay, so we have this look going on, and I promise it's going to get better. I'm going to put it off to the side, and I'm going to do the base. It's also going to get that look. Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you to my sweet friends that are welcoming, friends that are new here. And I'm Jen with Straight Jacket Crafting in Louisville, Kentucky. I'd love to know where you're from, where you're popping in. We had our first major snow last night, and our students got to stay home. But unfortunately, there's not too many traditional snow days anymore with computers and technology. They have what's called NTI days, non-traditional days. And so they had to actually do some schoolwork, and I think our teachers also had to go online to a Zoom meeting or something at 7:30. I don't know, because I was still sleeping in bed now that I'm retired. I was still enjoying my bed at 7:30, just saying. From Pennsylvania, first time watcher. Thank you so much, Patty, for being here. My family, my dad's side from Pennsylvania. Maryland, Hagerstown, Maryland, and State Line, where Greencastle, Pennsylvania is. I see Virginia, New York in the house. I love it. Hey, Just Jackie Crafting. You love this crafting community, right? It's amazing. We are so lucky to be a part of just a wonderful group of people. Lots of faith-based crafters too, which is just beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay, we're just dirtying this up. It's looking awesome. So from Long Island, there's our bottom. Now I'm going to do this side. Hey, Tanya, my sweet twin, Mischief Manage Creations. Tanya, glad you're popping in. Tanya, I saw your live the other day, girl. I just want to tell you, you know, sometimes when one door closes, another one opens. Your door is going to open, girl. The best job for you is coming. And I'm so glad that you don't have that stress right now, because you need to find something that suits your beautiful, beautiful personality, your soul. You're a caregiver. You know, you need to be in a place where people appreciate you, and I know you're going to find it. From Maryland. Yes, I have family in Maryland. Love that. Love that. Okay. I do not know the Ozarks. Hey, Terry from Orchid Lime Designs. Thank you all so much for being here. Okay, I am going to continue doing some things before I put this in here because I want to get all of the details in. So the next thing I'm going to do is use some Rub and Buff. And you all, I'm a messy crafter. I just use my fingers. Maybe it's the finger paint experience from kindergarten. Does anybody else just use their fingers for Rub and Buff? Hey, Pink Butterfly, Sweet Becca. So glad you're here. And I'm just going to golden up because this has a lot of gold in it. So I'm going to golden up the edges of this pie pan to match that gold look that I see. And if you're just popping in, we're talking about the idea of naughty and nice and where that came from. You know, it's an American thing, and it came in 1934 with the song Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which sealed the deal for a naughty or nice list for boys and girls everywhere. Now, the idea of, you know, a kind of a good versus evil character has been around since medieval times with gift giving and not giving a gift as a punishment. That's been around for a while. But this whole naughty or nice list that Santa has, that was a 1934 United States of America thing when the song came out. And I was talking about how I'm a 70s baby. And I grew up with that as I know many of you did. Okay, I'm just putting some gold here. I don't necessarily want to cover everything. I just want touches. And I'm also going to put it on these little bolts. I want the bolts to look like knobs. They're going to end up looking like knobs. So I'm going to put a little gold on there. A little gold on this one at the top. Hey, Lacey. Thank you so much for popping in here. So glad you're here. Hey, Donna's Crafts. Marissa! Hey there, sweet girl. Thank you so much for being here. From Das Crafts Boutique. Marissa is an amazing clay artist. So if you are interested in learning about clay, which is what I've been excited to start learning about myself, follow Miss Marissa. She is amazing. Okay. Before I put that on, I might as well go ahead and rub and buff this one too. That way it'll all be on my fingers. Let me check my time. Okay, good, good, good. Awesome. Did anybody lose power or internet with some of the winter storms that are coming through the east here? Do you guys watch like Ryan Hall, y'all, and some of those YouTube people? Now, Ryan Hall, y'all, he's here in Kentucky, so we watch him a lot. Hey, Connie from Phoenix. Thank you so much for being here. Marissa, you are so funny, girl. You were cracking me up the other day on your live. I literally spit my coffee out, and I was like, you need a warning sign that says, watch while not eating or drinking. Hey, Sandy, thank you so much for being here. I see you popping in. It's been such an awesome and amazing day watching all the different creators today, and all of them doing different things in different ways, and I've learned so much for sure. And I absolutely love Summer's tip about putting the jute cord around certain things that may not stick or hold when you hot glue them down. I was like, that's brilliant and so smart. So thank you for that tip, because I know that one is going to be coming in handy for sure. All right. So if you're just coming in, these are some of the products that I use to help me when I'm crafting. Bonding Boss by Dixie Belle is an awesome primer. This is the antiquing wax that I've used, which is by Folk Art Home Decor. And then I painted with the Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint in the color Milk Jug, one of my favorite paints. Okay. Yeah, it was. Wasn't it a great idea with the jute? Sorry, I see somebody popping in saying hi to me. Hey, Billy, thank you so much for being here. Hey, Lisa Siegel. My bestie Lisa Siegel. Thank you so much for popping in here. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to use some Mod Podge and put our image that we're going to use in here. Use a dabber. And to the sweet friend that was asking about I think it was Jane that was asking about my crafting schedule, I usually do post it somewhere on my page. I usually will put it in the features section, the days that I'm crafting, if they're in events, when I know. Sometimes I'll do pop-up crafting, and I kind of got some of my friends here, followers, from doing nighttime crafting. I do late night crafting. That was when I was still teaching before I retired. I'd come home on a Friday, get a good nap, and then we would craft till like 1 in the morning. So much fun. I need to do one of those again. Call it a 3-hour tour. So much fun. Thank you so much for sprinkling and passing out the straight jackets. I appreciate you. Hi, Melly Mel. I see you. All right, I'm going to put this in here. I did fussy cut this a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of fussy cutting, so I will probably need to go back in and use some burnt umber in some of the little sections that are still white. Get those details taken care of. Okay, if you're just coming in, we're doing a naughty or nice meter. So here's Santa, naughty or nice. Here's our little dial to point to naughty or nice. These little pieces here, you could cut them down, but I'm actually going to use them as knobs. I'm going to make them look like little knobs to our naughty or nice meter. Elizabeth, you're missing the 3-hour tour. You want a 3-hour tour? I need to do that for certain. Okay. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do on here, I want it to look a little magical, so I'm going to sprinkle some red glitter into the bottom. I want it to have that magic feel, like maybe this could be a real naughty or nice meter. And I'm just going to use some glitter from the Dollar Tree and put some Mod Podge in here. And I'm going to put it right here in the base area so it can kind of lay in inside there. This is just kind of a fun craft. It's like whimsical, but at the same time, it can have a very vintage feel to it. Once I'm done, you'll kind of get the idea for what I mean by that. But I'm going to add in some glitter. You live in Taylorsville, Kentucky, Glenna? Awesome. Thank you so much for following. Yeah, please like and follow anybody's page in here that you are not familiar with. There's amazing crafters in here. Hey, Shannon Hartwick, I see you. Thank you so much. And up after me is Stephanie with the Vintage Pebble. Just so you know, if you're hanging out in our group with Bloom and Restore, you can catch everybody. You can catch everybody that way. You know what I forgot to do? Put my paper down so I don't get glitter everywhere. I don't mind glitter, but yeah, probably want to do that. Okay, shake that out. So now we've got this beautiful glitter that's inside there. It's going to create some interest for the rest that's going to happen here. And then let's see. Maybe didn't get that out. Hold, please. There we go. The Dollar Tree sells gold foil, gold leaf foiling, and they sell it in different colors. They have like rose gold, regular gold, all different colors. So, Patty, you've enjoyed the event today? Yeah, it's been amazing. I've loved it. And I just really like to use this. Now, I am no professional at foiling. I have not watched a single tutorial on how to do it. So I do it the straight jacket crafting way, and sometimes that's straight jacked up crafting, but we just go with it. We just go with it. Live and learn, right? I literally use a hot glue gun and put it on the edge where I want my foiling to go. And I just sprinkle the foil into the hot glue. And then I use my little tool so I don't burn my fingers to press it in. And that's how I do it. So if you are a gold foiling expert, I'm sorry. This is just how I do it. And it still turns out so cool. I'll show you here in just a second. So there is some gold foil on the edging. It's starting to get this really interesting look to it. How did I get my name? Straight Jacket Crafting. So for me, self-care is super important, and I think it should be for everybody. So when I say for me, I want it for you too. Self-care, right? And so when I've been a creator, crafter for a while, but originally it was jewelry. I'm new to other types of crafting. And before I started this page, I had a page that was called Timeline Treasures, and my mom and I made jewelry together. That was our thing, and believe me, she would love this live stuff. She would absolutely love it. And then my mom passed away from pancreatic cancer at the age of 63. And my mom was young, 63, healthy, ate right, walked every day, worked out, was ranked top 10 ski instructor in the United States. You know, so, and then cancer came. And when she passed away, it just wasn't the same, you know. There was a lot of things going on in my life. When my mom passed away, I also had temporary custody of my 16-year-old niece, and her mom was a part of addiction and basically was driving drunk and high and ran into a tree and killed herself. And that had happened in March. And then in July, my mom passed away. And so I said, you know what? They might as well just put me in a straitjacket, because what else are they going to throw at me? I feel like a crazy person, right? And originally I was thinking about continuing to do jewelry, and it was going to be straitjacket jewelry. And that just never happened. I mean, it's been years. It's been like probably 13 years since I've made jewelry or did anything with my jewelry page. So, and I literally just came back onto the scene. I want to say I started this page up in March. Had no idea about lives or any of that. So here I am, Straight Jacket Crafting by Jen. That's my story. And my mother would absolutely love every bit of this. She was always into creating, and she would be right up in here with me if she were here today. Hey, LaFawn, thank you so much for being here. Hi, Deborah. Thank you for popping in. All right, I'm going to check my time here. We're doing great. Okay. So we're getting this right now. This is our naughty or nice meter. There's still more to do, so I'm going to keep going. Thank you so much, Patty. I appreciate that. This is an amazing event. I'm just so humbled to have been invited among all these amazing crafters. And all I can say is thank you. Thank you for thinking of me. and hope I do you proud. Okay, I'm going to put this image of Santa inside the base because he's holding a list, like a naughty or nice list. So that's going to come in here. Thank you, Kathleen. That's very sweet. Y'all are going to make me cry, so I can't read those comments, okay? You're welcome, Diane. You're welcome. Okay, so I'm going to put in here, and yes, this is great therapy. Absolutely great therapy. So getting back to that whole taking care of yourself, this is what I do for me. This crafting is what I do for me. So, yep, for sure. All right, I believe that this Santa came from Michelle with the crafty basket case. And I'm sorry, I usually write that down and I forgot to write it down. The other images I created myself, and I will share them on my page, including I have this layout of all of the things I shared in the beginning. The history, the origins of Santa Claus, why a lump of coal, naughty or nice, and the spirit of giving. This is all of that information. And I was saying that if you're new to me, I like to teach when I craft in events, if I can, a little history, if it lends itself to it. So I was talking about the history of coal, where that came from, a lump of coal, and then the idea of naughty and nice. I love you, Julie. Thank you for being here. Who's my new follower that I see here? Jeanette Jones, thank you so much for being here. I hope I said that right. All right, we're going to put Santa Claus in the middle, like this. And today's event is all about Santa Claus. And we were lucky enough to be given one of these, and we could choose to paint it or do something else. And in the beginning, I talked about why I chose to do something else, but I've learned today from watching a lot of crafters, I can't wait to paint it now. It's just not going to happen today. Yes, it is great therapy for sure. I'm lucky enough that my dad is still living. I own my childhood home. My dad wanted to live full time at the lake house with all his lake buddies. So I got to see him at Thanksgiving. And, you know, just, my dad's awesome. He and my mom were married like 44 years, so he still misses her, and so do I. Okay, let me show you how this hooks together, and then I'm going to work on some other details for it. And I was saying that if you want to get a little kit like this, Sam with Graham's Rustic Farmhouse, if somebody wants to type Sam's page name in there, she and her husband make these kits, and I think they're only, I want to say $12. And she'll give you little images to go with them that are like the scales. I showed them back in the beginning. They look like a scale. And a lot of people who buy it from her, they will use it to do like a farmhouse style scale and put like little farmhouse things in it. You could do eggs, you know, you could do all kinds of things and make it what you want to make it. But I was like, thank you so much, Michelle's Crafty Crafts, for putting her name in there. But I was like, I want to do a naughty or nice meter. So there's this scale with this meter on here, right? And I'm loving how it's turning out. So I'm going to, look at that, my fiance, he's so good. He made me a clip so I could hang this up for you all and be hands-free while I do the rest. Because of course we're not done yet. But this is the idea. Okay, so the next thing that we have to have in the naughty or nice scale, of course, is a naughty or nice list. I also created this printable, and I'll be happy to share it with you afterwards. Now, I printed multiple ones of the same one and glued it together. And how I made this was using the Amazon packages, the Amazon mailer bags. I just cut them apart and glued it on, and then I crumpled it up. And then I want to tell you about this amazing wax that I used to make it look like faux leather. So you can see that it looks like leather on the back. You crumple the paper, you can make it look like faux leather. So the other wax that I like to use, because all of the waxes are different, you all. There's so many different kinds. And this one is Americana Decor Cream Wax by Deco Art. Now this one smells like chocolate. When I use it, I like want to eat it. It's crazy. I want to eat it. But it is the type of creamy wax that if I dump it, it's going to pour out. And then my other favorite wax is Howard's Chalktique Dark Paste Wax. It's made in the USA. It is a completely different wax, like a shoe polish. It's not going to dump out. So there are different waxes for different projects. And whenever I do the faux leather technique on the Amazon bags, I always use this one because it's perfect and it smells like chocolate. Okay, so we're going to create this vignette here for this using, I'm gonna have to turn it my way for a second, you guys. We're gonna use this Naughty or Nice list. And I just have a little piece of painter's tape because I'm not sure where I want it to go yet. So I'm just going to use some painter's tape to tape it to the back so that it will stay where I think I want it. And then I can secure it in a different way if needed. Yeah, saving your packaging, right? Your hubby can't believe how many different ways. Yeah, there's so many ways to recycle. There's so many ways to recycle. That is for sure. Oops, I lost that one. The other thing I would probably do if time is faux rust the chain so that the chain will look rusty. Okay, let's see. I've got this chain on here the wrong. I'm going to go a different direction with the chain. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. I had them mixed up for a second. Okay. And then I have two of these vintage Santas that I picked up. They're like from the 1950s. So I'm going to put one of these in there. How am I feeling, LaFawn? Thank you so much for asking. I had a little bit of surgery, and today's probably the best day. Thank you for asking. I go on the 8th for my recheck with my doctor. Okay. And then let's put some greenery in here. Okay. I'm going to take this off for a second so I can hold it up so you can start to see how it's shaping up. So here we have the vintage Santa Claus. We have our Naughty or Nice list. Whoops. And I'd have to tape him in there if I don't want him to actually be glued in, which I'd rather not. I don't always like to destroy vintage things, although I'll cut up a vintage doily in a heartbeat. Yes, Shannon, I made the Naughty or Nice list. Yes, I did. And I did a printable that I created, and I'll share it on my page. All of these are my printables here, and I'll definitely share it for you. And so then we've got the Naughty or Nice list. You have some greenery. You have the Santa. And we don't want to forget our lumps of coal, because that's a part of the idea of Naughty or Nice, right? That we have lumps of coal. I'm going to pull this out because I want it to be stretched out a little bit. It's hard for me to do it when I'm looking through the camera. Okay. And then I just ordered some coal off Amazon. Believe it or not, coal is not cheap. But they do come in these cute little gift bags. But I emptied them out of the gift bag, and I'm just going to put it put some coal into our bucket. I'm going to move this back for just a second. Everything's everywhere. I want my naughty or nice list to be in a certain position. And it's not cooperating with me. There we go. So I'm gonna attempt to get it right here. And then I'm gonna put some coal into the tin. Thank you, Michelle. I see you popping in from Crafty Basket Case. I appreciate you. And then we have our vintage Santa. This guy doesn't want to stand up. Let me try this other one. Maybe he'll stand up better. There we go. He's standing up. And then I have a smaller version of the information, which I will decoupage to the back. So then somebody would have all of the folklore and the history behind the naughty or nice list. Sometimes I get extra like that. I'm like, I gotta do all the things. Okay. So this is my idea for the naughty or nice meter. And, but I have another idea that I want to share with you. I'm glad I have time. And that is for families with young kiddos. If you guys want to do something really fun with your families, you can always change out what you do. So I do a hot cocoa bar every year from October until February, and I change it out with the seasons, the hot cocoa bar. And yes, I did. I just talked about how I made the list. This is a printable that I created. I printed out 1, 2, 3 copies of the same one, and then I cut it and I put it on an Amazon mailer. I just cut the Amazon mailer, wrinkled it up, and made it look like it's faux leather. This printable looks like this already. It looks old. I made it to look old. Okay. So yeah, the list I will also provide for you. You just have to print however many copies to make it look the way that you want. And then we have this little image of Santa holding the list in the tray. And that one came from Michelle from Crafty Basket Case. And she's actually in here right now in our room. But here's the other idea, you all, especially if you have kiddos, okay? So when I do my hot cocoa bar, I hide treats all around the hot cocoa bar. Even my 24-year-olds, they know that there's hidden treats and they look for them. And that all started because they would eat things before I could even get one. So I started hiding them so I would have one. Well, then they caught on, and now it's like a game. My whole family knows this, that I hide these treats. So now I'm thinking, you know what? We might put this naughty or nice meter up, and here's what's going to happen. You see this little candy bag of coal I got from the Dollar Tree? Guess what? You didn't take the garbage out? It says naughty. Try again. My little tray could be hanging up in my kitchen. It's going to have a lump of coal in there, and it's going to say garbage. Sorry, no treat today. It's the teacher in me, y'all. I'm being funny. But let's say they did take the garbage out. This side says garbage. Nice. Put it in there, and then look. We're gonna fill it. We're gonna fill it up with treats, little goodies. They're gonna get some peppermint sticks, some little gingerbread houses. Look at that. You could put anything you want in this tray. That's my point, right? You could do whatever you want. You could have so much fun with this tray. Okay. Now, I have a couple last little details that I have about 10 minutes. Whoops. My chain. Gotta fix it. Hang on. There we go. Hang it up there. I want to put the knobs on my tray, but I wanted to make sure that everybody got to see that so that you can come up with your own ideas and your own ways, right, for doing this. Okay. I have some interesting buttons that came from Tanya from Mischief Managed. She sent me in Happy Mail, and I'm going to put these buttons on these knobs because I want them to look like they're like little working knobs. So that's going to be my next little piece that I'm going to do. And I've already picked out the buttons that I want to use. Now, I am using hot glue right now, but I would definitely use, because I'm doing plastic to metal, I would use another type of glue. I'm just doing the fast hold. But I would definitely use like a E6000 as well as some hot glue on this so it would stay. But I'm going to put these buttons on so I can create these little knobs, and I'll show you what that looks like. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mona. Okay, so now these little knobs are on here. I'm going to take that tray off so you can see the little knobs, and they look like they're knobs. I also have greenery that's going to go right here. The other place I want to put a knob is where the gold meter is, the little meter. Just don't know which knob I want to put. There we go. I'm going to put that one. So where this little gold meter is, I'm also going to add a knob. So you got a 3D look. And you could put bows on this. You could do so many things. To get the sticky off the cans, so I soak mine in hot water, and that usually works. But you can also use Goo Be Gone. And then LaFawn Tish said to use, I think it's an Avon product. It's some kind of lotion or something. Tish, you'll have to put that back in there. Look at this. I'm getting crazy with all my stuff being everywhere. Okay, then I have some greenery that can go right here. Just figuring out which greenery I want. And a rusty bell. Thank you. And I've loved these buttons too, Tanya. I've used them. Skin so soft. There it is, Patty. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I didn't want to put too much greenery to hide the words nice that's on here, because nice is at the bottom. So I'm trying to be a little conservative with my greenery here at the bottom. But I also wanted to give it just some fun little look here. And then I've got this big rusty bell. So let me show you what that's looking like. So far, we have the little knob for the meter. We have knobs there. The rusty bell is going to go right there. Hey, Shelly, thank you so much for sprinkling. I appreciate that. We're going to put that rusty bell on there. Please go back and watch the replays if you missed anybody today, because, oh my goodness, so many good tips, so many good tricks. There were some products that were used that I want to get myself that I don't have yet. So I'm like, I need that, and I need that, and I need that. Okay. I'm going to hook this all back together. Great. Let's see if I can get this hooked in here a little bit better. And then the last detail I would probably do, and that'll be off the live, would be to, like I said, faux rust the chain so that you could, so it would look better with the aesthetics that are going on. I would definitely faux rust the chain. Well, I just took that out of there. I think it helps if I hang it. Because if I don't hang it, I can't figure out where it needs to go. All right, hang on, y'all. I'm going to hang this up and show you the finished product. And I just got to thank my fiance so much for figuring out how I could hang this. And so I could show you all and still work on it. Because that's a little tricky. And right now, I'm just sticking it with a piece of painter's tape. And I will permanently put it where I want it to go. I just wanted to be able to show you guys. All right, naughty or nice. Oh, naughty or nice list. It needs a new piece. That's the problem. It's being naughty. It's being naughty right now, not nice. Now it's wanting to stick to everything, except for what I need it to stick to, of course. I gotta manhandle it. Like, get in there. All right. Let's stick our greenery back in. Put our little Santa. Put our lumps of coal. Okay. And here we go. Let me take it off carefully. Whoops. Santa's being naughty. He just fell down. He's being so naughty. Let me stick this back in here. Pick him up and put him back in there. All right, Santa, be nice. Be nice. I've got this chain tangled up. It's like it's wanting to sit weird, and that's what's causing him to fall. I think you can get the idea. I think you can. I think you get the idea. Okay, there it is. Woohoo! All right, I got 5 minutes left, and I'm on here for the entire time. So let me show you the other one I did. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna grab it. This one, because I love snow so much. This is our snow meter. This is the snow meter. I created this printable, and I'll be happy to share it too, but I love snow. So it says snow meter, stay in bed or go to work. Stay in bed or go to work. And then in the tray, you have all these snowballs. There's a light up Christmas tree. You could do so many things, you all. So many things. It's so fun, right? It's so fun. Let me see if I can turn this Christmas tree on without losing everything out of the tray. These are just fake snowballs. You can get them at like Hobby Lobby. I got the little light up tree from the Dollar Tree, or the tree of many unsuspecting dollars, as I like to call it. So yeah, so there's the snow meter. And I really love this one. Yeah, the snow meter is like my favorite. I think it looks so cool. And in this one, I just did a lace doily in the bottom. I didn't do a another thing in there, but anyway. Okay, you all. I'm gonna hang this one back up. And like I said, I'll share the images that I created on my page. You're welcome to use them. They are free to use. And I hope that you do something cool with them. Please be sure and let me know if you do. I would love to know that. That would just make my day. All right, you all, up after me is Stephanie with the Vintage Pebble. I'm sure she's over there on her page getting ready. And we have just a few minutes here. Does anybody have any questions? Anything you want to know? I got a chain in my face. You all are so welcome. I just want to say thank you for being here with me and participating in our event today. And like I said, there's some amazing crafters here, and I just feel very blessed to be among them today. And thank you, Christine, for inviting me. You know, Christine will be up last, and this was her event today that she put together and really very lovingly did this with us and shared us out to the world. And so many of the crafters today are very well known. And the way that she treated each one of us, like we were just these wonderful, amazing people, says a lot about who she is. And I love her heart. You're going to love Christine. She is up last today at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I hope you will tune in to check her out. And up after me is Stephanie with the Vintage Pebble, and then Michelle with Little Jumbled Market. Let's make sure we're all being nice, not naughty like that Santa that keeps falling out of here. Remember, a craft a day keeps a straight jacket away, you all. Take care of you. Do something you love. Self-care is so important. I'll catch you all again. I'll be live again on Thursday. Maybe some of you will pop in and see me then. Thank you so much.